Wounded Warriors. Grief is love with nowhere to go. Jamie Anderson. When it comes to the term Wounded Warriors, most of us think of the well-known program, the Wounded Warrior Project, which offers support and resources for injured military veterans. However, I choose to broaden this definition beyond our armed forces to include the millions of children who suffer from losing a parent to gun violence every year. These children are wounded warriors too, soldiers in a war they never enlisted in, fighting battles that the rest of the world prefers not to see. The trauma can be lasting and severe for these children, critically impacting their behavior and prospects. Studies have shown that single-parent households are at greater risk for adverse consequences such as suicide, behavior disorders, sexual manipulation like statutory rape, high school dropouts, and higher incarceration rates than those with both parents present. As someone who has experienced the effects of suicide, sexual manipulation, incarceration, being neurodivergent, and witnessing my sister drop out of high school, I know how deeply losing a parent can affect a person's life. This is why I believe supporting these young wounded warriors is just as crucial as helping our nation's veterans. Consider this. As a young child, I was always reminded of the African proverb, "It takes a village to raise a child." However, I lost my chieftain from as early as I can remember. My father, Melvin Langley, was shot dead at 22 years old by the person he trusted most in the world. His absence defined my early childhood and profoundly impacted my choices throughout life. I grew up inside the crater his death left behind, trying to navigate a world that had been permanently tilted by his absence. There was no map for where I was. There was no guidebook for how to grow up when the first lesson life teaches you is that the people you love can be taken from you without warning by the person they trusted most. Bill Gates once said, "The first 5 years have so much to do with how the next 80 turn out." This rang true for me for the first 24 years of my life. The lack of guidance from a positive role model left me feeling lost and unsure, reaching into the darkness for something solid to hold on to and finding only shadows. I'll never forget how naive my sister and I were at 12 years old. Neither of us could recognize our potential despite possessing extreme intelligence. My teenage sister would get pregnant at 12 years old by a 22-year-old man, and I would subsequently follow her behavior. These were not choices born of moral failure. They were the choices of children who had never been taught to see themselves as worth protecting. My childhood perception had closed my eyes to any future beyond death or imprisonment. My thoughts were dominated by the tragedy that defined my life, losing my father and the fear that I, too, may die young. This is what trauma does to a developing mind. It collapses the future. It makes the horizon disappear. When you cannot picture yourself at 30, 40, 50 years old because everyone you have ever known seems to die young or go to prison, you stop making decisions as if the future matters. You live entirely in the present, taking whatever relief or pleasure is available right now, because your nervous system has been trained to believe that right now is all there is. This is not a character flaw. It is the predictable consequence of growing up under chronic threat. Nevertheless,